In my previous presentation to you, I referred you to Jeremiah chapter 33, the first 5 verses. But I want to refer you back again to verse 4 and 5 of Jeremiah 33, where it is written, "For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says about the houses in this city and the royal places of Judah that have been torn down to be used against the siege rams and the sword in the fight with the Babylonians." There's a fight that Israel is engaged with the Babylonians. And this has, as it continues on in verse 5, the streets of this city will be filled with dead bodies of people. I will slay in my anger and wrath. I will hide my face from the city because of all its wickedness. Why does God have to hide his face when people are being massacred? The way that he explains here that the people of Judah, the Israelites, are being massacred by the Babylonians in the fight. And he hides his face so that he doesn't see, because he just doesn't want to relent so that Israel is punished. God is angry. Could this be the case? Why this scourge is upon us? Could it be a case of what was referred to by Jesus Christ in chapter 24 of Matthew, when he was talking about the signs of the end of age? That there will be earthquakes, there will be famines, there will be diseases, which are referred to be as plagues. And the question is, what have we done wrong? Or it is just, they are just signs, part and parcel of signs of the end of age. But he talks about the streets being filled with dead bodies. We are actually having problems with people arguing about whether the statistics that is being published by the official organizations of the world about how many people have died of this scourge. Some people are saying the statistics being published is way below the number of people that have died. This is a big concern. This is a big, very big concern. And we want to look upon and call unto God to say, here we are. If there is anything that we need to do, tell us, like you told Jeremiah, to call unto you. We need to call you. And when we call you, you have promised us that you will answer. Jesus Christ goes on chapter 13 of John to tell his disciples that when I'm telling you all these things before it happens, so that when it does happen, you will believe that I am who I am. The name I am who I am is the name that God gave himself. All the other names that we have heard about God, Jehovah Shammah, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah El Shaddai, and many other names that God was given. These were names that were given to God by people pertaining to the experiences that they have had with God. And they named him according to their experience with him. But this one comes when God has been squeezed by Moses. When he was told that I want to send you to the children of Israel so that you take them out of bondage. But Moses said, before I go, I need to know who is sending me. When they ask me who has sent you, who am I going to tell them? They sent me. So Moses was faced with a situation where he had experienced many names of gods that were worshipped in Egypt while he was residing in Egypt as a royal member of the Pharaoh family. And when he escaped from Egypt to Midian, there were many other names of God that were given to the gods that were being worshipped in that part of the world. And here he faces a burning bush that calls itself God again. So with that confusion, Moses quizzed God, quizzed the voice that was speaking from the bush. Who are you? Until God had to say, I am who I am. That was the name that God gave himself. Never had God given his name in an explicit way as he did in Exodus chapter 3 verse 14. And in verse 19 of John chapter 13, you hear Jesus Christ, some years after God has given the name that I am who I am, he comes again many thousands of years after offering his name or giving his name by his own mouth. 19 says, I am telling you now before it happens, because there is something that is going to happen. But I'm telling you before it happens, so that when it happens, you will believe that I am who I am. There comes the name again. The name that was given by God long back from the burning bush is being given some thousands years way ahead when Jesus Christ appears. He says, I am telling you, before anything that happens in your life, before it happens, so that when it happens, you will believe that I am who I am. So, before we are extracted from this scourge, he is saying, I want you to know that I am who I am. But I'm telling you, before I do it, I will do it again. But before I do it, I want to tell you that it will happen so that you believe that I am who I am, because I'm going to do it. And he will do it for as long as we believe in him, for as long as we know and we praise his name and call upon his name and shout at his name, run towards him so that he turns back and looks at us. And then we will believe that I am who I am. Praise God.